Hello and welcome back to Ian's English. Contractions. I've, she'll, don't and won't are called contractions, making them shorter. Yes? Okay. These cases are I have, she will, do not and will not. Yes? And these contractions are one of the reasons native speakers seem to speak so fast. My Spanish and Catalan friends say that the English people, we eat our words, yes? Here you can see how we do it. So I have, we put I and have together, and we eliminate the H and the A, and we put an apostrophe in this position. So I have, I've, and it's I've. The same with she and will together, eliminate the W and I, and we put apostrophe, yeah? And do not, don't, will not, won't. Okay, so the contractions use apostrophes where a letter or letters are missing. Okay, so more coming up now. If you like this lesson, support us by giving us a like, yes, on the like button down there, yeah? Okay, so contractions like she's and isn't, etc. represent the pronunciation of informal speech, really of normal speech, yeah? They are common and correct in informal writing, but unusual in formal writing, yeah? So if you're writing an important email or a business report or something, then we advise you not to use contractions. Use the full forms, yes? So there are two kinds. Okay, one, the first category is we have a noun or pronoun, etc., plus a verb or an auxiliary verb, yes, and we will do something like this. So, does he know when you will finish? Or they'd like to meet you, yes? Or my grandmother's very well. Yeah, my grandmother is very well, yes? Okay. The second group, then we have a verb or an auxiliary verb plus not. Yeah, so this is with the negatives. Okay, so they aren't here yet. You won't be late, will you? I haven't spoken to him for ages. Can't you drive? So contractions are formed with auxiliary verbs and also with be and have when these are not auxiliary verbs. For example, with be, you say, I'm hungry. Here that I am, this is not an auxiliary, this is a principal verb. So I'm hungry. And have, we've no idea. Yes? Okay. The short form apostrophe s, which is the abbreviation of is or has, can be written after nouns and also after question words. For example, where's the cinema? And also after here, here's our train. And after now, now's the best moment, yes? Okay, as well as after pronouns. Nobody's coming, okay? And after the unstressed there, yeah? Not, oh, there it is. No, it's the unstressed there. So, for example, we can say, there's a problem, yes? So, the short forms apostrophe double L, apostrophe D, and apostrophe RE are commonly written after pronouns and the unstressed there. Yes? So there'll be a lot of cars, or you'd be better to rest. But in other cases, we more often write the full forms, but pronounce the contracted form when we read it. For example, you can say, your mother, for example, you say, your mother will be happy. She told me, yeah? So, but we pronounce, your mother will be happy. Yes, not your mother will be happy, or your mother will be happy, she told me. I asked what had happened, but we say, I asked what had happened. Yes, this is the contracted form of speech. Yes. Okay. Contractions are not usually written with double subjects. They can be, but it's not usual. But when you read them, very often they can be pronounced in a contracted form. So if you write, Margaret and I have decided to leave, but we would probably say, Margaret and I've decided to leave, yes? And shan't is the contraction of shall not, and won't the contraction of will not. Okay. There are some alternative contractions in negative expressions, yes, and there are alternatives, yes. For example, for she had not, we can say she'd not, or she hadn't. Or he will not, we can say he'll not, or he won't. The two negative forms of be, for example, she isn't and she's not, and you're not or you aren't, are also both common. With other verbs, forms with the n apostrophe t in the negatives, yeah, for example, she hadn't, they are more common to use in the shorter form, yes, okay. Forms with not, for example, she'd not seen him for 2 years, are also possible, but not so common. Except if we want to emphasize not. Yeah, you say she'd not seen him for 2 years. Yes, okay. Stress in the sentence is important. We do not make contractions if the phrase is stressed. Contractions in the first group, yeah, number 1 that we mentioned at the beginning, yes, yeah, the noun, pronoun, question word, and auxiliary verbs are never stressed. When an auxiliary verb is stressed, for example, at the end of a clause, a contraction is not possible. Let's compare. For example, sorry, I'm late. And the teacher says, yes, you are. The teacher doesn't say, yes, you're. They can say, yes, you're late. But if we give the short answer, it must be the complete phrase. Yeah? So, yes, you are. Or, I've forgotten. Yes, you have. Not yes, you've. However, negative contractions in the second group, which are negatives, can be stressed. And we can use them at the ends of clauses. So you can say, blah, blah, blah. They really aren't. No, I haven't. Right, so negatives we can use in this thing, but am not, the negative is not I amn't, no. So I'm not is only normally contracted in questions to aren't, all right? So I'm late, aren't I? Yes, okay. So we get a list of contractions. So the contraction, the pronunciation, and the meaning. I'm, the pronunciation is I'm, and it comes from I am. You've, you have. He'd, he had. Okay, you can get the full list here and down in the description, yeah, below, yes, for these abbreviations, these contractions, yes. There's another video about dent and ain't and other informal contractions like wanna and gonna coming up soon, yes? Okay, so click on the link above or in the description below for my notes with more examples, yes? And support us, giving us a like, yeah? And if you subscribe, then you'll get to see a lot of new videos are coming up in the next 8 weeks, yes? So, and you'll get warned, you'll be told about them, yeah? So, and hey, let me be your teacher. I like being your teacher, yeah? So write a question or example in the comment section below, yes? And I'll answer as many as I can, all right? Okay, thanks for your attention. Bye then.